Hey guys, Sublord here, back again with another action figure review, and today we'll be taking a look at the DC Multiverse. I believe this is from Dark Knight's Metal, or Dark Knight's Death Metal, but don't quote me on that. I'm going to have to do a little bit more research before I can 100% confirm that, but today we're going to be taking a look at the Fulkom Abominus MegaFig. No, not Fulkom, like my ex-girlfriend. Fulkom, okay? Nasty comments section, you. That said, this of course brought to us by the fine folks over at McFarlane Toys, and I'm very happy to report that they are going to be fine folks in this review because this figure is pretty cool. I know a lot of people are sick of Batman stuff at this point when it comes to this line, but at the end of the day, Batman sells, and without Batman you wouldn't get your Dr. Fates and your Etrigans and your Deadmans and Swamp Things and Spectres and, you know, all the characters I like. Still waiting on an Ares, though. So, with that being said, why don't we cut right to the chase and get into the meat and taters of this review. Take a look, see at all the Fulkom Abominus has to offer in terms of accessories. Starting off with a hockey puck display stand we're used to seeing with all McFarlane Toys releases. Really? You don't need that. He, of course, has a collectible trading card, which you might want to read. There's bio on the back. That said, I think this is like a Megazord, but for the Justice League, and it's all tweaked out. Other than that, the only other quote-unquote accessories he's got going for him are these spine wing things on his back. There are two little ones down here, two medium-sized ones on the middle of his back, and then two super long ones towards the top. Other than that, that is it. There is nothing else with this figure, which is kind of part of the course with Mega figures. They don't tend to come with accessories. I think up until Bane and Kilowog, the only one that came with any real accessory was Necron, and then I think Calabac, because he had his club. There was Darkseid too. He came with swappable parts. But here is the Fulkom Abominus. It's going to be a little tight because my review set is not the largest thing ever, and this figure's pretty tall. So as far as his articulation goes, his head will rotate, move up and down a little bit, pivot side to side. Both of his arms will hinge outward about, and that's probably as far as that's going to go. Yeah, they're fairly limited. Feels like they could go a little more, but oh, they can. So he can do like a T-pose, basically. He's got some asymmetry going on with the shoulder pads, I think. Maybe a little tiny bit. Just a little tiny bit. I don't think there's a whole lot of asymmetry going on there. But, pop the arm back down. He does have a bicep twist. Single jointed elbow on both sides. His torso is on like a diaphragm joint, so you can move it around. And I'm gonna forewarn you, it is not the tightest thing ever. It does get a little pivot back and forth and tilt side to side. Again, not the tightest thing ever, but it's so limited it kind of doesn't matter. So it is what it is. It's tight at the moment, but I'm sure if I move him around a little more, it'll loosen up. But it doesn't bug me too much. The manga Spawn was kind of like that too, and I love that thing. This guy would look great next to him, by the way. He's very similar in aesthetic to that. Hips will kick out, back down. He does actually have really good thigh cut, ironically, for a big dude. He does have like a double knee kind of thing going on, but the top knee is really stiff compared to the bottom knee. It almost feels like he's supposed to be kind of degenerate in a way, so I'm not sure about all that. But he does have ball hinge ankles, so they will rotate, they'll hinge back and forth, and of course pivot. You can see the different parts of the Justice League throughout this thing. There's a little bit of the Flash here and there. There's a little bit of Superman, a little bit of Wonder Woman. He's got little saw blades that move on his leg there, which is pretty cool. I tend to just keep those folded down into his foot, just for a little added stability, and just so they're out of the way. And then of course, I don't know if I mentioned it, but these little spine thingies, these are on ball pegs as well. So that'll do it for Fulkom Abominus, not Fulkom. Nasty, nasty, nasty comment section, you. I like the figure. I don't know. I mean, I like Batman, so maybe I'm a little biased, but I think this is cool. This is different for a Batman figure. You don't get a crazy, you know, mongoloid Megazord looking thing every day, you know. It's not like we had like a bunch of these to, you know, compare it to. The only thing that comes close to this is probably the Rookie robot or the Justice Buster. So before we wrap this sucker up, why don't we bring in our two regulars for some size comparisons. We have the Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibilith right here. Always gotta be dropping that mace. Always be dropping that mace. And the infamous 11 Spawn, who is not tired over everyone today because Fulkom Abominus, once again, is a MegaFig, so he is obviously going to be taller than standard 7-inch figure. So with that being said, it's time now that we wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, and I'm going to stand by my unpopular opinion in saying that this is a pretty freaking awesome figure from the fine folks over at McFarlane Toys, because while I understand those of you out there who are sick of all the Batmans, at the end of the day, Batman stuff sells. And as far as Batman stuff goes, this thing is pretty freaking cool. I mean, it's a whacked out Megazord of the Justice League, essentially, and I'm all here for it. I want more stuff like this from McFarlane, because this is what he excels at. Scary monsters, cool looking robots, and everything in between. Regular human characters, those are hit or miss. I mean, just look at some of the most recent offerings for more on that. So, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Until next time, catch you guys later.